What are we going to now?
50.
What club we're going to now?
Pitching wedge.
Pitch wedge. All right. Okay. What club are we going to now? 8th?
I'm doing 9.
9. club we going to, my man?
We'll go to 7.
7. Where are we going to?
Let's go to 5.
Big driver coming up. Yeah. I need to get it in the order of some teeth by now. I need to do that. Take it. Okay. Little low duct up there.
Yeah, that's Healy. Weird.
Okay. What club we starting here with the 60?
56.
What wedges do we have in our back?
60, 56, 50. I guess the 56 bent to 55.
So you have worked with a little bit of some lofts and lives though.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess when I ordered these, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ordered up the wedge just a little strong on that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to kind of, meet in the middle kind of thing.
Gotcha, 5 degrees from each one. I get you, good. Hey, do you know what they did with the loft and line machine there at Silverado? Question mark. Need to adjust my irons. Still hitting the 56?
Yep.
So would you say there's a particular yardage when you get out there that you feel more comfortable with inside 100?
I like 40 yards. That's like a really good spot for me.
Okay. 40 yards?
Yeah, I literally just take 56 here and just a little kind of flip wedge in there.
Okay.
That's like my prime spot.
Okay.
I can get it really close from around 40 yards.
It looks like, you know, from what I see here, we don't have a 40-yard shot, but you kind of struggle a little bit with the 60, but you start cruising back up when we start to get to 90. Does that make sense a
Yeah.
little bit? From what I can kind of see there a little bit? So it might be one of those things that, as far as wedges are concerned, we try to focus in a little bit from the 80 to 60 range and get you a little bit more zeroed in and confident with that.
Yeah.
Because it seems like once you get to the 90, you kind of full swing it a little bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you tend to agree with that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I guess when I was at BMAC, and this was obviously a couple of years ago, but
Yeah.
we focused on the clock system a lot, and like 62 to 65 yards was this club right here.
Gotcha.
It was just, I got it down to science. Like I was so good at 62 yards, just bang.
Mm-hmm.
But now I like lost it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because lack of work on it or something. I don't know.
I would
But I
say.
mean, I feel like every time I warm up for the range, I'm hitting that shot every time. I don't know if it's changed because of, I guess how my body's changed or like swings changed. I don't know. I guess kind of lost that yardage.
Did we change the wedge?
No, I mean.
Same wedge that we
Same
had when we
wedge.
were. Okay. Okay. So it's not the equipment, right? So it's just something else has changed it
Yeah.
a little bit. Okay. But I would say maybe something has changed. I think really what I would say is just the lack of practice in that area.
Yeah.
Right? I think if we can kind of get into that area, not that, that's going to be the scoring zone, obviously, but I just see that from that, 60 to 80 mark, it kind of sags a little bit. Then once we start getting on up there, we start to cruise a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay. And now I assume that you guys studied Dave Pell's quite a bit. Is that the clock system that you use?
Yeah, pretty much. And we use that a lot.
All right. So he would always talk about like dead hands, right?
Yeah.
With the wedges. And what club do we have here?
This is 50 degree.
Now the other question, are you getting the data that we're sending over from the truck man into your email?
I guess I haven't really looked.
Okay. Okay. What club are you changing to now?
This is gonna be pitching.
Check on that a little bit. It should be sending you over the combine stats.
Okay.
Nine iron?
Let's do 8 this time.
8?
I wasn't getting there with 9 last time.
What are we changing to? 7?
7 there.
we changing on over to?
To the 5.
The driver. Here we go. 3 more. All right. So, what seemed to be the biggest miss for you on today's combine?
Just that pull.
Left, right? So if you come on over here, I just want to kind of show you something real quick a little bit. And I think we can kind of single in what we're kind of doing wrong here just a little bit. And I think we kind of talked about it. What I kind of see here is, you see how the hands are kind of over rotating just a little bit. Not that we don't want our forearms to overcross as they come through a little bit. I think we're just doing it a little too soon, okay? And what happens is that face starts to turn left and get that face angle going. I'd much rather you kind of have more of this as we kind of come through here. It's easy to say, hey, I want you to look like Adam Scott, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy for me to say that. But you can see that, you know, his chest, look how much more his chest is kind of rotated a little bit more out in front of him here a little bit. His head's not so stuck behind him a little bit to allow those hands to pass a little bit. And it's kind of more like, when I look at him, it's kind of like, instead of it kind of being like this, it's kind of more like this. Does that make sense a little bit? I think if we can, you know, if we can start to kind of figure that out a little bit for what we're trying to do, we start to get rid of that far left miss, right? And I'd like, you know, I don't want us to be hitting it right, right? But I definitely want to make sure that we get rid of, you know, the 20 yards left of our green. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's the big thing I kind of see as far as follow through, you know, at impact right there, is I think our hands are getting a little too quick through impact. Forearms are rotating just a little too quick for us a little bit. Does that make sense a little bit? You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's just going to be one of those things, if we kind of go back out there real quick, kind of give you a little bit of a feel for it. Okay. So what I'm just suggesting here, okay, is instead of kind of having more of this look or feel, right, where I'm kind of like this, okay, kind of getting just a little bit of an adjustment where we're like this. You see where I'm at? Okay. Just trying to keep those hands a little less from passing over, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. I just kind of see that we're kind of like this, right? And you can see that I really start to exit left as I come through here a
Yeah.
little bit. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's kind of more the idea that I'm trying to go for. Just try to feel like we're trying to maintain that structure and not having our forearms rotate so quick over.
Mhm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, with that being said, are you ready to do some speed training, my man?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Okay. All right, so have you ever done any speed training? I'm sure you did it.
Yeah,
Did it, right?
I did a DMAC, yeah.
Okay. So, let me just kind of explain what I want us to kind of do here a little bit and see if it's kind of the same thing. So, what we're going to start off with is our feet together, club out front, 3 hard swings, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to just take normal swings, just like that, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to get to the left side, and we're going to do the same thing. 3 this way, okay? Then we're going to take 3 normal swings, okay? Hard, okay? I want each one to feel like it's getting faster and faster. And then we're going to do that for each one of those, okay? And then what we want to do is we want to get down to this guy, and we want to swing him just as fast as we can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to grab the driver and start getting our speed up. What would you say would be a goal for you to get your speed up for today? What would be a personal goal for you?
I think seeing it get into the 110s would probably be a good number.
Okay, so let's say 112.
Yeah.
Let's do 112 today. Let's try to get to 112 as much as we can as a cruising speed with our driver. Okay, I don't care where it goes right now.
Mhm.
Okay, I want to build up that speed, get that into our repertoire, and then we can start working on, where it needs to be. But
Yeah.
you'd probably be more surprised. The faster we go, the straighter the circle is. Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Right. So you may be surprised that you get a little bit more accurate. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? All right, let's do it. Okay. All right. So club out in front, as I said, feet together, club out in front, step through. All right. Good. 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 As fast as you can. Good.
All right, it's 3 regular swings.
Yes, 3 regular swings, as hard and as fast as you can get them.
And that's lefty, right?
Then it's lefty. There you go, good. Probably want to change up your grip. There you go. It takes a little
It's a
bit.
little,
doesn't
little
it?
weird.
Speed training. You done with those?
Yeah, it feels so weird lefty.
Right, right. But the big thing is, the key thing is that what we're trying to do, what we're trying to establish here is building up both sides, right? Strength and speed just doesn't come from one side of the body,
Yeah.
right? Making sure that one side isn't left behind. Balance. Go, good. As fast as you can get through there. There you go. There you go. Fast. Next one's got to be even faster. There you go. Okay. Give me 3 normal swings. Oh, there you go. Now you're getting the thing in there. There you go. Good. Got to be faster. There you go. Faster. Good. All right. Left-handed now. Flip out in front of you. Yep, good. There you go, good.
So weird.
Yeah, I know. Take a break for just a sec, grab you a little water. You ready? All right, swinging that little channel right there. Okay. There you go, good. Faster. Let's go, faster. Oop, didn't start the club out in front of us, did
Oh
I?
yeah, true.
That's okay. Still learning. It's great. There you go. There you go. Okay. Go left-handed on it. This guy, swing him in the channel. I want you to give me 3 as fast as you can. Each one's got to get faster than the next. All right?
Normal swings or the same routine here?
Normal swings. Just normal swings, yes, sir. Good. All right, let's grab our driver. Give yourself a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Okay. Grab a little water, take a break. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the driver and we're going to do 4 swings there. Okay. And what we're going to try to do is get that speed up. Okay.
No ball, just
No ball, just swing right there and let's try to get that speed up. We'll start putting the ball in later. But right now I just want you to start seeing that speed, get that feel.
change gloves.
I'm about to say that thing's seen better days, hasn't it?
I need the new ones.
Costco, man, that's the best place for them, man. You got the
All of these have seen better days. Told my mom to grab some while she was over around where Dix is. I think she can.
There we go. Feel that vertical lift you did there? Good job. There you go. You see how that's starting to relate? Good job. There you go. Take a break for a sec. Give yourself a little bit of a break. 3 or 4 swings, that's about all we need, right? And then take a break for a sec, okay? Is this kind of helping you a little bit? Give you a good understanding? Almost feel like we're in the gym.
Yeah, a little bit. I remember doing this. It was with my buddy from Finland.
Okay.
I was at DMAC. And I think at the time I was like, yo, check out like the distance on this shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just turned into like hit as hard as you can.
Yeah.
It was like, it just became like, it got out of hand like really fast.
I got you.
Because I was like, I want to hit 180 ball speed. And I ended up doing it like it took a while, but, and then my buddy, he like lost his voice because he was like, come on.
Yeah, man, I like that.
It was funny.
But yeah, I mean, I think if we can start getting this cruising speed up for us a little bit, you're going to start seeing a lot of good stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's keep with it. Here in a little bit, we'll start introducing the ball a little bit and get you on into that. Hopefully you start seeing some distance. Hopefully start getting a little bit straighter too. Does that make sense? Okay. But do you kind of notice a little bit when I see you, when you really get this up, right? Like our butt really clamping together, I get to see higher numbers. But when I kind of see it's kind of like this a little bit, not as high. Does that make sense a little bit? Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. There we go. Good. Ooh, there we go. Go. Yeah! There we go. There we go. Okay. That's 18 plus miles an hour from where we started. Okay? That's pretty big stuff right there. Okay? Or maybe that's going to give us, that's where we started. I think this is going to give us how many more yards that we're probably going to get maybe. But that's where we need to kind of be. Right? You feel that?
Yeah.
Right? Did that seem to kind of relate when I talked about vertical thrust and getting your rear end really tight together?
Jumping at the ball.
Yes, yes. Now you're using the ground forces, not just your arms and everything. Right? Does that make sense? All right. Give me a couple more here, and then we'll put it on tee. Okay? Good stuff, man. Good stuff right there. One more. Yeah, look at that, 114, pal. That's good stuff right there. Take yourself a break for just a sec, okay? And then we're going to hit a few, okay? Now, as I said before, I do not care where they go.
Yeah.
Okay? That is not our goal today, or at least not for this session of it. Okay, our goal on this is just to get that swing speed up. Start breaking those barriers that we have in our mind and in our body. And we're not even going to be able to start hitting the box until we start carrying at 285. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. That's where I think you need to be, at least carrying at 285 at this point. Welcome to the range. You see our spot down there? Let's go get it. Okay. Start with that, and we'll kind of see how we do. All right. Working on my swing speed.
hits the heel and it goes left.
Okay. I get you. But once again, you can see that our numbers have really jumped up.
Yeah, I mean, club speed's right where we wanted to be, like for the day right now.
Correct.
So-
Correct. We just got to we got to learn a little control with that, right?
Yeah.
But right now, there's a lot of speed getting played into there, right?
Yeah.
It's not 106 anymore. It's 113. Okay. Good.
That one sounded better.
Now do me one little favor here. Grab one of the golf balls that you play,
Yeah.
okay? Because I think probably hitting a Titleist that's been beat more than a hooker on Dale Mabry is probably not the best ball for that. You said you're hitting it in the heel, you feel?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to kind of confirm with you, that's all. See if you're right. I think you're right, I just want to make sure. Because the big thing, what I'm trying to look at right now is that your swing speed's up where we want it to be, which is really good,
Just
okay?
that carry distance isn't going where we want it to be.
Smash factor's down, right? That should be probably about 148 right now.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? 149 is what I should be looking at. So that's why I want to kind of see where it is on the face and see what we're missing, okay? Go at it hard. You're doing great. Okay, not the heel. So let me kind of do something here real quick and kind of see. Okay, so I just want to take a look at something. So if we're hitting in the heel, let's just kind of have a little thought experiment here with it. If I'm hitting it, when you're lining it up, where do you line it up at?
I mean, usually I try and line it up near the toe.
Right, right. So there's two reasons why it would be coming off the heel. What would those be?
I mean, trying to push it out there. I mean,
Maybe,
I've had that
maybe,
happen a few times where I'm like,
maybe.
yeah.
That could possibly be it. The one thing I would probably say is sometimes you have an over-the-top move.
Okay.
So that could be it a little bit, just a little bit. But I think we'll take a look at it. But what I would suggest, or what I would think, what would come to my mind, if I'm lining off the toe and I'm hitting it off the heel, then I'm probably early extending a little bit, coming
Okay.
closer to the ball. Does that make sense a little bit? Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a look on video, of course. But when I see that, and that's why I just want you to kind of have the thought experiment here, is that when you kind of see that, I want you to kind of run through a little checklist of things that it might be. Does that make sense? Right? So you may be trying to push it out there a little bit, but we're getting a lot of things going left. Does that
Yeah.
make sense? So it doesn't seem like I would tend to think we'd have a lot more pushes. Does that make sense? But I'm seeing a lot more to the left here a little bit. So it could be a little bit over the top move or a little bit of some early extension into the ball.
Okay.
Does that make sense a
Yeah.
little bit? Okay. So let me kind of do this here. Go ahead and, whenever you're ready, my man, just go ahead and take a swing here. Just
Ground ball. In pretty much the same spot almost.
same spot? Okay.
Pretty close.
Okay. There she is.
Early extension.
You see how your rear end's off that wall? Okay. Not much.
Yeah.
Right? Not much. But wouldn't that be, right, if I set you up here, right, just think about this being the toe of your club face. How much would it move back? Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'm kind of seeing just a little bit, is I think that, and it could be, and this could be the other thing, it could be a product because of the speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see in that swing where I'm like way long. I mean,
Way long.
we're trying to work on speed, so it's just like.
I get you. But I think what's happening is, one, probably getting a little long again, right? Like what we saw there a little bit, right? And I think because we're trying to get speed, we're getting a little bit into it a little bit too, right? So that's why I would suggest, and that's why I think it's so important to build up the left side so we have another stability there as we come through a little bit. Does that make sense? Okay. Is it same location?
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay. All right.
That one was more like middle.
Okay. But, right, but where's our hot spot, right? Over
Yeah.
here. That's where we want to be, right there, okay? If we can get that swing speed up to where it is and we can get into this area, we're going to start seeing big numbers.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay. All right, but once again, our goal for today is to get that club head speed up, right?
Yeah.
Start to figure out a way to get stable with it too. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that was nice. Where did we hit it at?
Right here.
Okay,
Middle.
getting closer to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? But if we can start slowly, 1% every swing, I got you right here. What ball do we have?
The Titleist still punch a red on it.
That's definitely not us.
Oh, there it is.
You got it? Alright. Okay. But let's just kind of focus on keeping that rear end back behind us a little bit. You know, whatever kind of things that kind of come to your mind to staying back on that wall a little bit. Alright. Okay. A little pushy, but I like how the smash factor's going up. Where was that on the face?
Pretty much dead middle.
Okay, good. Okay. That's feedback going up.
Oh, dang.
Heel again?
Yeah. Club speed 114 though.
Yeah, I mean, we're achieving our objective, right? We just got to get that, a little bit of that early extension pulled out. Back on the heel again.
Felt more like in here maybe.
Oh, there we go.
Still like in that spot.
Dang it. Dang it. So let me just talk to you real quick about ground forces here a little bit and what that left leg needs to kind of do here, just a smidge. One thing that you can kind of do, and we'll talk about this, to keep that hip back a little bit, okay, is that, let me ask you, what are some things that you're trying, in your mind, trying to do to keep that hip back?
I guess just really feel like I'm rotating. I mean,
Okay.
I guess I get that feel, but then like I can't execute it to swing because I
Okay.
still get that little flip.
Okay.
I don't know.
So let's talk about this. So we'll talk about the lead leg here and what we want to kind of feel, right? So you're really good on the back feel. You're good on what it feels like to do this, I'm pretty sure of, right? But with this guy right here, I want to feel like I'm pushing my foot this way. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want to feel like I'm pushing this way, which gets my hip to move out of the way. Okay, I don't want to feel like I'm pushing back. I want to feel like I'm pushing forward. So if I push forward, right, if I get here and go forward, right, so I'm pushing my foot forward, you see how my hip goes back? Okay, so as you go pushing forward, right?
I'm going like this and then like,
Yep, there you go. Feel how you're pushing off of that and it pushes it back?
yeah.
Okay, does that make sense a little bit? So we want to kind of have that feeling, right, as it was always described to me, is that this leg feels like it's doing this, okay? This leg feels like it's doing that.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because if I'm doing this, I'm moving back, right? If I'm doing this, I'm moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So, let me kind of jump in there real quick for you. So I want to kind of feel, right, something that I kind of do every once in a while. As I get here, as I go like this, I want to feel like this leg is pushing me back. Does that make sense? And if I do that, look where I'm at, okay? Right, once again, pushing back, right? Feel like I'm pushing back. I think Tiger used to say, and it's not probably the best way, but he would always feel like he was snapping his knee. And that's why he get knee surgery. But does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a couple swings here, not without the ball, and just feel like you're pushing that foot. Yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? That's going to push that hip back for us. And I don't think we have to worry about rotation. Does that make sense? We worry
Yeah.
about pushing off that. That gets that hip moving. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Give me a couple swings and tell me what you think, okay? Just keeping that speed. Was that one a little heely too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't think I really felt.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll send a video over to you by TPI that talks about that. They do a really good job of explaining that. Still a little heely?
Yeah. It's just in that same spot.
Okay.
Really annoying.
I'm sure of it, my friend. I'm sure. tension. But once again, just trying to get that club head speed up, right? Here we go. Where did we hit that one at?
That one's more
Up here a little bit?
a little higher, but still
Okay.
on that left side.
How was that one?
Still a little low on it, but more
Closer
middle.
to the center?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you starting to get that feel, what I'm talking about, of getting that leg to kind of
Yeah.
go back behind us?
Yeah.
That if I push into this, then I can really, you know, if I push and feel like my foot's pushing forward, it pushes me back. Yep. Mhm.
Man. It's so weird to take the street. That was a little toey. Felt like.
Was it on the toe? Okay, I'm fine with that right now. We're moving it around a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, your smash factor went up. I mean, it's just your face was wide open,
Yeah.
right? But the smash factor was up. The club head speed's where we want to be. I want to be in the 110s. You got to be cruising the 110s if you're going to play with those boys,
Yeah.
right? 106 is just lunch for those guys, right?
Yep.
Dude, just not doing that. Ah.
Sucks when you can like actually know exactly where you hit it. Just middle one time. Closer.
Okay. I mean, I think that's something that you got to work on as well, right? Get some face tape or get some old, you know, stuff like that, and just figure out
Yeah.
where you're hitting it on the face. I mean,
I always thought about getting me one of those like little tiny drivers.
yeah.
Like literally just the size of a golf ball and you're just trying to hit it.
Mm-hmm.
Thought about doing that.
You know what you can do? Here's the even cheaper and better way. Go on eBay, find an old persimmon wood for like $10. Those things are like, they look, you know, like today, like a 3-wood today looks like a huge driver compared to those things. And just hit that in the middle, I guarantee you that thing's going to look
Yeah,
like
I
a...
remember when we were at DMAC, Coach brought out some old like hickory clubs,
Mm-hmm.
and I like broke the face.
Yeah.
Like I like completely dented the face.
Smashed
it. It was like the ball almost like stuck in the club.
I
It's not
believe it.
middle it was. And
I
it just
believe
like went nowhere.
I had a buddy of mine, he had an old persimmon wood like that, and he skyrocketed one time, and it was wood, and you could see the top just chipped right off. I was like, holy cow, man. So,
I mean, it's just kind of crazy thing. Like just imagining how many clubs like people would have to build and like every once in a while just because they break one.
oh, absolutely. There's the little insert, if you remember like the old persimmon woods, they had like this acrylic insert
Mhm.
that would always crack, and they'd have to take that, they'd have to unscrew it and screw it
Yep.
back in and stuff like that and pour acrylic on it, which, yeah, I've got an old, I had an old buddy of mine, old Ranger cart guy or something like that, and he had all that building equipment from
Yeah.
back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s, and he gave it to me, and it's just, it's fascinating. I mean, none of this stuff would work with any of today's modern
Yeah.
technology, but I'm looking at this thing like, what do you do with this? I mean, is this like a operating, you know, do you operate? No, you do this and this. So it was just amazing how clubs have evolved
Yeah.
and what they're doing. But I think you're absolutely right. I think if you could get to something where it's a little bit smaller, zones in our focus into that center, we're going to start making better contact. We also need to get our club head speed up too, right?
Yeah.
But get those things to marry up to one another, right?
Yep.
Okay. But I think for right now, while we don't have a small one, get some tape on there, right? And, you know, have one session where we're working on centerness of contact, right? And then having another one where we're working on club head speed and get those two to work together.
Yep.
Does that make sense? Okay. Let's keep going. Any questions right now? Anything I can answer for you?
I don't think so.
Keep going, big guy.
There we go.
All right. There we go. Those are, should see some. Is that it?
Yep.
Was that better in the center of the face or the
Yeah.
high right?
I think it was like right here.
Okay. Good. Yeah, that's where we want to be. That's where we need to live, right there, pal. That gets us on the tour. Good club head speed, though. Good job there.
Felt good.
Why don't you take a break for a sec? Okay. Take a break for a sec. Grab your driver whenever you're ready, okay? And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna kind of slow it down a little bit, okay? I just want you to take normal swings. We're not trying to kill it.
Okay.
And what we're trying to see, right, is how much speed is bleeding through into just a normal swing. Does that make sense?
All right.
Okay. Getting back to a little bit more control at this point right now and seeing if we grabbed any gains. Where was it on the face?
Well,
Here, let's grab it.
kind of hard to tell now, but
I got you. Grab another piece here.
felt metal, but
Okay. All right, just cruising speed now. All right, cruising speed. Let's see how we do.
jeez, face was just completely
Okay. There we go. There we go. Where do we hit that? Dead nut?
pretty close, yeah.
Okay. Kind of more of a cruising speed there for us?
Yeah,
Okay, so.
3 mile an hour difference.
What's that?
About a 3 mile an hour difference from.
Right, that's
One six.
big for one sesh. I would have been just happy with 1 or 2 miles an hour, to be honest with you. But if we can gain 3, I'd be absolutely tickled pink with that. There it is. Face was open. I'm gonna change out that tape on there, okay?
That one was pretty similar there.
Pretty center?
Yeah. Nothing else.
Now, is that one in the heel? That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of coming back to our discussion when we were talking about why is it in the heel, you're thinking maybe I'm pushing it a little bit, right? Does that make sense? So that kind of, to me, that indicates a little bit of an over-the-top move. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just getting that club a little more inside.
A little bit more inside, right? And you know, the other part of it, making sure that we feel like we're pushing that leg back, right? Making sure that we're keeping our hips behind us and not cutting our hand path off. that impact.
How's the length on it?
How's the length?
Yeah,
Let's take
that's
a look
one
at this
thing I'm
one.
curious about.
Yeah. Let's hit one. Give me one here and let's take a look at one. How's it feeling for us though?
I mean, it feels a little shorter, which I want.
Okay.
I mean, it's. I think the key is just like keeping that speed, but like length or less length.
Yes, that's the big
So
thing.
they can have good tempo and turn into it good.
Correct. So on this swing, let's just imagine that we're like John Rahm. Okay? Sound good? Much better. Much better.
It's not as stiff as you like.
Okay. But let's take a look at this guy. Okay. Let's see. Much better than where it was.
Yeah.
I mean, you were down here.
Yeah, still a little.
Still a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Right. I'd much rather you stop like right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right there.
Or at least like if I'm going to go that far, get my hands up kind of where his are, like more.
Correct. If I get your hands more up, right, then we get more down. Okay. You know, but it just depends on who we are, right?
Yeah.
You know, if we get you to like right here, that's pretty good. But if you get your arms up, then you can kind of get it back a little bit. Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
But
I guess I'm almost trying to feel like Cam Young almost. It's like I guess when I'm getting to the top, I feel like I'm having like a slow here, and then I kind of almost feel like a stop, like a very slight stop,
yeah.
and then I just bang.
Okay.
I've been doing it pretty much with my irons, and I'm trying to get it into the driver as well.
Into the driver, okay. I love his swing. I mean, I love how
Yeah.
he kind of pauses up at the top, loads everything, and just fires away, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a beautiful swing. I mean, it's just a lot of talent to be able to pause like that. You know, it's tough to get a lot of people to do that because they're not jump off the top.
Yeah.
Right. But if you can do that, I find that to be a beautiful move.
Yeah, and I think that'll also kind of help with stopping the big like arch in my
Yeah.
driver and having it go that far back.
Now let me see this guy real quick. Yeah, I'm probably gonna guess that, you know, at a little bit of this rate of what we're doing, is that I think you're gonna be a guy who's probably gonna need about 65 grams of weight in the shaft, and I think you're gonna need an extra stiff. I mean, you were swinging upwards of 114 miles an hour. That's not where a stiff needs to be. A stiff needs to probably be at about 105, 106. That's about where it kind of.
Yeah.
So, but if you're starting to get your speed up, right, we're probably going to need a little bit different flex, and then that comes back to the idea that if I pause, then I get more droop. Does that make sense? Right.
Yeah.
So if you've got a hard transition with a shaft like this, your swing is going to look longer because it is. Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
I think if we got a little bit stiffer shaft in there, you're going to start seeing a little bit different properties with your swing.
So 65, and then extra steps. What you said?
Yeah, I'd probably, you know, I think you're probably at about, because the 65 I think is going to allow the club to come back behind you a little bit more,
Okay.
where the 60 is going to allow you to get it more in front of you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I think a little bit more weight drops the club a little bit for us. A little bit more of a stiffer shaft kind of gets us where we need to be.
Okay.
Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
I'll take a look at that.
Let me know. I can definitely look into that too for you as well. Do you have any? Let me just see. I was wishful thinking. I was like, maybe we got some old driver shafts that used to fit in here, but I was naive to think that if there was even a driver shaft, somebody would have stolen that, taken that out.
That is the big screen open there. But, right?
Mm-hmm. But here, I'm going to get the camera out here and we'll take a look at this one on video and just kind of see how everything's going. Do you want to take a look down the line or face on?
Probably just face on.
Face on?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got it over here. And where's our impact location? Is that changing a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, we're getting more close to the middle.
Okay, good. Good. That's where we need to be cruising at. I like the speed a little bit. Where was it on the face?
I mean, it felt a little more in here.
Okay.
I mean, kind of hard to tell now, but with some shots on there. But I mean, it felt more like where it was, like where everything else is hitting. So.
Give me one more swing here. Take a look at the data. Okay.
Club
So,
path out.
was that?
Club path out the end.
Yeah, so a little bit out to in on that one. But I like how the club head speed seems to be cruising more at about 109, 108 instead of the 106, which is good. Our low point is a little close to the ball. I'd like to get that to about a 2 or something like that. That would get our launch up
That's
a
just
little
more
bit.
up, right?
Yeah, get our spin down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, those are the things I kind of see right there.
Right. So
Okay.
more into out, and then
Feel like we're really swinging up on it, right?
Okay.
Feel like we're swinging to the gods, up to the clouds. See how we do. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So some really good stuff there, right? We got our B to where it needs to be, about a 3 behind the ball. Look at our spin rate. That's pretty good right there. Club path, perfect.
Yeah.
Right? That's where I want you to live right there. Face angle is going to be straight every time for you there. That's just a good shot. So how'd that one feel for us?
felt good. And I think what I felt there was, I guess, setting up. I
Mhm.
felt more like I was trying to turn my shoulders a little bit, and then feel like I'm really turning up on it.
Right? I like the idea of, at least for me with the driver, I feel like the chest is more in this quadrant,
Yeah.
facing over here, than face at it.
Yeah.
Irons, I'm always got to face at it, but driver, I want to feel like I feel like my chest is over here. Does
Yep.
that make sense? A little closed off to it. Okay. Let's see how we did here. That was a good swing to take a look at that. He's got a driving license, so it's a little different. Okay. Still a little long with that driver, okay? Still a little long, right? He's got an iron in his hand, okay. Because I think we want to give you somebody that's got kind of a shorter swing for you to kind of emulate,
Yeah.
right?
And I see where his ball is there too. I mean, that's pretty close to where I was usually at, like where his ball position is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was always really far up on my toe.
Okay.
I mean, it's gotten better.
Okay.
But yeah, like when I was at DMA, like I started that ball like right where he is.
Okay. Maybe we experiment with that a little bit.
I mean, that's why I had it before. I had it right on my toe,
Okay.
like right on the, I guess the front side of my foot is where I had it.
Yeah. I mean, the feet are one thing to kind of do, but the big thing, what I kind of see with him here, just a little bit, which is kind of awkward, I would probably go with that word, right? Is that if I look here, you see how far in front of, at least from this angle. Now we could be from the side here, a little bit, right? But from this angle, right, it looks like there's the ball, there's his shoulder, right? Typically what I see with most pros is that you'll see the ball in line
With that shoulder.
with that shoulder. But let's go with this idea though too. What does John Rahm hit?
He hits feet, I think. Right?
Correct. So if I put the ball a little bit up in my setup, right, it's going to get my shoulders to open so I can reach for it a little bit. I think for him that's what he kind of does, right? I think he's going to hit a left to right shot. He plays the ball a little bit up in his stance, gets his shoulders open just a bit, right? And from that position, I don't think he can hit it left. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
he's trying to take left out of the equation a little bit right there. But the big thing for him that we want to make sure that we're watching, right, is where his hands kind of stop here. Right? So if I could get you to kind of, you know, feel like you're stopping here and get your hands a little bit higher,
Yeah.
right? Just a little bit higher, then we're probably going to start getting more consistent, at least with that. Okay? But that's, you know, probably a little nitpicky because that's who you are, a little bit. Let's see how we do with our hands. All right. Much better job with the release than what I saw before.
Yeah, it looks a little better. I mean, it's not really as flippy.
No, where I saw before it was like this and then your club was like really getting turned over.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Okay. Talk to me, big guy. What do you see here? What do you want to address while we're here?
I mean, I think it's mainly just the length. I mean, just getting that club head too far back, like over parallel.
Yeah, you kind of let your arms and hands kind of float away from your chest a little bit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I feel like I'm getting my hands in a better spot than they were.
Yeah.
I mean, I was stopping it probably like almost where the sign is, my hands, and then I'll just like flip my wrists
Yes.
really
Yes.
hard.
And
So
then
I feel like I'm getting more of a feel where I feel like I'm stopping,
Mhm.
but it's still just like the length. It's just
a rigid feel
No.
up there, right? Like you got the wrist cocked and held.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
could it be where I need to just kind of let the wrist kind of go a little bit, or like flatten out, or?
No, I wouldn't, you know, because I think that's where that's our last little zip of speed. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
I got you.
Right, so I'd like to kind of keep that.
I
would-
guess maybe not. I guess the feeling is like almost like that. Do I
Mhm.
need to maybe rotate it more here?
Yes,
And then make like I guess have that feel of like
absolutely. Yes.
instead of here.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So, you know, and that's just kind of goes to what you're talking about here. I wish I had a down the line view here. You probably have a little cupping in your hand,
Yeah.
right? We can see the logo here. Let's go down the line here. He's extreme, okay? So he's extreme, right? But if I could get you to get more of this wrist probably flatter, it's going to help square it
Instead
up.
of like that.
Yes. And think about it. The more that I get this, like what we do with our little device, it's easier for me to get it back behind me, right? But if I kind of have this guy like this, I can't really do that except manipulate this. But once I do this, I can kind of manipulate that guy to move there. But that guy gets kind of put in a place that stays. So having a little bit of that bowed left wrist is good.
Yeah.
Did you ever play tennis at all?
I did.
Okay, so when we came in to strike that tennis ball, this lead wrist is always bowed, isn't it?
Mhm.
Right, it's kind of like this as we go. And we want to have that same feeling, that tennis racket feeling, because that's
Yeah.
going to be that last little zip. When I see all the pros, when they get it like this, when they get down here to the bottom, it's like they throw a frisbee, and that thing gets that extra 5-6 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Off it goes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, like when I was always told, like when I'm trying to force a draw, is like almost feel like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I think for you, you've got kind of the idea of being like this, right? Instead of kind of like that. Does that make sense
Yeah.
a little bit? Right? So more swinging out, allowing arms to kind of stay out in front of us a little bit, like we talked about with Justin or Adam Scott, right?
Yeah.
And not being more like this. Does that make sense a little
Yeah.
bit? Because once you swung out a little bit with your club path, look how beautiful that was.
Yeah.
Right? That's all there was. Where's your ball at again?
I think it's right.
Let's hit one more here and we'll talk about what we need to kind of work on unless you have something else you'd like to discuss.
I guess I'm trying to feel like that bow
Mm-hmm.
there in the wrist. So see how that feels. There it is. And left, but
Okay. But
felt
you
better.
felt it though?
yeah, it felt more middle.
Okay.
And that spin rate's really good.
That spin rate's real good. Okay.